So once again, I welcome you all, my dear students. Today we are focusing line 12 to line 48. But ମୁଁ ତୁମମାନଙ୍କୁ ପୂର୍ବ କ୍ଲାସ୍ରେ କହିଥିଲି that the person Peter Gilligan, who was the father, who was the head, and he was the priest of the village, and he served people whole day and he had no rest. That is why mentioned in the previous stanza that had no rest nor joy nor peace. ନା ତାଙ୍କ ପାଖରେ ଶାନ୍ତି ଥିଲା, ଆନନ୍ଦ ଥିଲା, ଆଉ ତାଙ୍କ ପାଖରେ ବିଶ୍ରାମ ନେବା ପାଇଁ ସମୟ ଥିଲା. Only thing it was happening before him, ଗୋଟେ ଜିନିଷ ଘଟୁଥିଲା, people were dying and dying. ଲୋକମାନେ ବହୁତ ସଂଖ୍ୟାରେ ମରୁଥିଲେ and he was not able to attend everyone. It was his mistake and unknowingly he was committing mistake, but he realized that he was going to commit a huge mistake. ଗୋଟେ ବହୁତ ଗୁରୁତ୍ୱପୂର୍ଣ୍ଣ ବା ବହୁତ ବଡ଼ ଭୁଲ ସେ କରିଦେଇଥିଲେ. ସେ ହେଉଛି କ'ଣ, that he denied that poor person to attend one of his relative who was sick. ଜଣେ ଥିଲା ତାଙ୍କର ସାଙ୍ଗ, ସେ ଗରିବ ଲୋକର ସାଙ୍ଗ ଜଣେ ଆସିଥିଲା ଫାଦର ଗିଲିଗାଙ୍କ ପାଖକୁ ସାହାଯ୍ୟ ପାଇଁ, କିନ୍ତୁ ସେ ବିଶ୍ରାମ ନେବା ଟାଇମ୍ରେ ତାକୁ ମନା କରିଦେବା ଦ୍ୱାରା ସେ କ'ଣ ହେଇଥିଲା, ସେ ପଳେଇ ଯାଇଥିଲା. And after being departed from that place, Peter Gilligan was thinking himself, he was talking himself, ନିଜେ ନିଜେ କଥା ହେଉଥିଲେ, and he prayed to God, please God forgive me, ମୋତେ କ୍ଷମା କରିଦିଅନ୍ତୁ ଭଗବାନ, I didn't attend that person, I was not able to attend that person because I didn't have much time to take rest, I didn't have joy, I didn't have peace. ସେଥିପାଇଁ ସେ ନିଜକୁ ଦୁଃଖିତ ମଣୁଛନ୍ତି that ସେ କିଭଳି ଭାବରେ ମନା କରିଦେଲେ, but he didn't know why did he deny. ସେ କ'ଣ ପାଇଁ ମନା କରିଲେ, ସେ ତାକୁ ଧରିକି ସେ ରିଏଲାଇଜ୍ କରୁଛନ୍ତି. So in the next line, he knelt and leaning on the chair he prayed and fell asleep. ସେ ତାପରେ କ'ଣ କରୁଛନ୍ତି, and the moth hour went from the fields and stars began to peep. He knelt and leaning on the chair, ସେ ଆଣ୍ଠେଇ ପଡ଼ିଲେ and he started praying to God and then he fell asleep. ଏମିତି ନିଦ୍ରାରେ ସେ ଶୋଇ ପଡ଼ିଲେ while he was praying to God. କେଉଁ ଉପରେ ସେ ପ୍ରାର୍ଥନା କରୁଥିଲେ ଭଗବାନଙ୍କୁ, ଯେ କାହିଁକି ସେ ଲୋକଟିକୁ ସେ ମନା କରିଦେଲେ ଟୁ ଆଟେଣ୍ଡ ଟୁ କ୍ୟୁର୍ ଦ୍ୟାଟ୍ ପର୍ସନ୍. ହି ଡିଡଣ୍ଟ ନୋ ଆବାଉଟ୍ ଇଟ୍. ସେ ବିଷୟରେ ଜାଣିନଥିଲେ, ହଠାତ୍ କ'ଣ ହେଇଗଲା, ସେ ମନା କରିଦେଲେ ଆଉ ତାଙ୍କର ବିରକ୍ତ ପ୍ରକାଶ କଲେ. ଆଣ୍ଡ ଦ moth hour went from the field. moth hour went from the field and it was a complete evening into the earth or in the earth. ବର୍ତ୍ତମାନ ପୃଥିବୀ ପୃଷ୍ଠକୁ ଅନ୍ଧକାର ମାଡ଼ି ଆସିଥିଲା and it was going to be a night. ବର୍ତ୍ତମାନ ରାତ୍ରି ହେବା ପାଇଁ ଯାଉଥିଲା. stars begin to peep. ତାରାମାନେ ମିଞ୍ଜି ମିଞ୍ଜି ଆଲୋକ ପ୍ରଦାନ କରିବା ଷ୍ଟାର୍ଟ କଲେ. ସେମାନେ ଆରମ୍ଭ କଲେ ମିଞ୍ଜି ମିଞ୍ଜି ଆଲୋକ ପ୍ରତି କରିବାଟା. they slowly into millions grew and the number of stars were increasing time to time. କ'ଣ ହେଇଛି, ଧୀରେ ଧୀରେ କ'ଣ ହେଲା, ମିଞ୍ଜି ମିଞ୍ଜି ଆଲୁଅ ଦେବାର ଲାଗିଲେ ଛୋଟ ଛୋଟ ତାରା ଗୁଡ଼ାକ. and then the number of stars were rising, ଧୀରେ ଧୀରେ ବଢ଼ିବାକୁ ଲାଗିଲା. and leaves shook in the wind and leaves shook in the wind. ସେମାନେ କ'ଣ କଲେ, ପବନ ମାଧ୍ୟମରେ ପତ୍ର ଗୁଡ଼ାକ ମୁଭ୍ ହେବାକୁ ଲାଗିଲେ. that means someone, an extraordinary person was going to enter into the earth. and we know night, the time of night, it always for the God and others. It is not the time for human and it is the time to take rest, and all the people were taking rest. In the meantime God entered into the earth. ବର୍ତ୍ତମାନ ପୃଥିବୀ ପୃଷ୍ଠକୁ କିଏ ପ୍ରବେଶ କରିଛନ୍ତି, ଭଗବାନ ପ୍ରବେଶ କରିଛନ୍ତି, ଆଉ ରାତ୍ରି ପ୍ରବେଶ କରିଛି. and there were stars in the sky and they were slowly millions grew. ସେମାନେ କ'ଣ ହେଲା, ଧୀରେ ଧୀରେ ମିଲିୟନ ବଢ଼ିବାକୁ ଲାଗିଲେ ଆକାଶରେ ତାରା ଗୁଡ଼ାକ. and God covered the world with shades and the earth was completely covered with the shades. ଛାଇ ଆଉ ଅନ୍ଧାର ମାଧ୍ୟମରେ ପୁରା ଅନ୍ଧକାର ହେଇଗଲା କ'ଣ, ପୃଥିବୀ ପୃଷ୍ଠ. and whisper, you can write the meaning of whisper. the past tense of whisper is whispered. ଧୀରେ ଧୀରେ ଗୁଣୁଗୁଣ ହେଇ କଥା ହେବା. and we know when we go to sleep in the night, dream comes to our mind. ବିଭିନ୍ନ ପ୍ରକାର ସ୍ୱପ୍ନ ଆସେ and we get disturbed. ଆମେ ଡିଷ୍ଟର୍ବ ହେଇଯାଉ ବିଭିନ୍ନ ସମୟରେ ଯେତେବେଳେ ନାଇଟ୍ ଟାଇମ୍ରେ ଆମେ ଗାଢ଼ ନିଦ୍ରାରେ ଥାଉ. ତ ସିମିଲାର ଥିଙ୍ଗ ୱାଜ୍ ଗୋଇଂ ଟୁ ହ୍ୟାପେନ୍ ଅନ୍ ଦ ପାର୍ଟ ଅଫ୍ ଦ ପର୍ସନ୍ ପିଟର ଗିଲିଗାନ୍ ହୁ ୱାଜ୍ ଇନ୍ ଡିପ୍ ସ୍ଲିପ୍. ଯେ निद्रारे जाइछन्ति बिकज ही वाज टू मच टायर्ड ही वाज वेरी एंड ही सर्वड पीपल होल डे प्रति थर से सब बेले से तांको पाखरे विश्राम नापा समय नथिला कहीं समय नथिला ही served people whole day he was serving people from day to night and he didn't have much time to take a rest तांको पाखरे पर्याप्त समय नथिला विश्राम पाई सो रात्रि समय थिला तांकर सुइबा समय and what happened in the next the slowly into millions grew and leaves shook in the winds पवन रे पत्र गुड़ाक मूव होगा लगे दैट मीन्स इट इज अ साइनिंग ऑफ द it is a sign of God that God wants to enter into the earth and he wants to talk to mankind and he wants to get everything in detail from the mankind मनुष्य मान ठारू सबू जिनस क्लियर जानापी तांकर इच्छा जागृत होता है and that is why he comes in the night in the mind of everyone and we know that when we go to sleep sometimes the dream comes and we sometimes get disturbed due to those dreams and we should know that it is the talk of the God and the dog talks to the mankind he whispers to the mankind से कथा हुअन्ति so similarly it is mentioned here धीरे धीरे गुण गुण कथा स्टार्ट कर से सहित mankind वा मनुष्य जाति सहित so it was the time of night the moth hour came from the earth आसी जाइथिला or and आमे कोई परिवा and the moth hour went from the fields and stars begin to peep that means it is the sign of night रात्रि समय upon the time of sparrow chirp you can write the meaning of sparrow chirp SPARROWCHIRP chirp the sound of birds ए होची पक्षी मानकर शब्द so when the moths came once more the old priest moths कहले the it is the signing of day माने the day comes to the earth moth hour went from the fields माने पृथ्वी पृष्ठरु अंधाकर गला and the light comes to the earth that means moths बोली कहले दुनिया को बा पृथ्वी पृष्ठ को आलोक करिवार दिन पळी आसिला upon the time of sparrow chirp the time of the sound of birds and it is told about the morning that means earlier in the morning सकाळ प्रातः सकाळर समय when the moths came once more जेते बेले पृथ्वी पृष्ठ को पुणी थरे आलोकित हैला the old priest Peter Gilligan stood upright on the floor upright माने moving एपट को सेपट को हेबा on the floor that is upright stood upright on the floor से चटाण रे एपट को सेपट को हेबा को लागिले and he started moving on the floor because he was looking or he was getting too much worried and why he was worried we know kono that he didn't attend that person and he was not able to attend that sick man who had come for his help तांकर साहाय्य पाई जो लोकटी आसला one of his relative was sick तार जने सांग असुस्थ थिला but the person was looking too much tired and that is why he denied to go with him and he didn't try to cure that patient who was suffering from that unknown disease जो अजना रोगर चली तांकर लोकालिटी ताकू सेवा करिवार दायित्व थिला the head of the village and head of the locality Peter Gilligan but he was not able to attend that sick man जे असुस्थ थिला से ताकू अटेंड कले नहीं आ ताकू विरक्त प्रकाश करिक कहले तू एठु पळा बोलिक कहले and he didn't try to even meet that person से भेटिबा पय भी चाहिले नहीं but when that moth hour or when that moth hour went from the field during the time of morning after the night सकाळ आस जाइछि सेतेबेले से उठिचंती he woke up and he heard the sound of birds when the moths came once more पृथ्वी पृष्ठ को पुणी थरे आलोक पळि आछि and it is or it indicates the time of day एटा होछि दिनर समय the old priest Peter Gilligan stood upright on the floor से जो निद्रा उठिचंती and he started moving on the floor रे से एपट को सेपट को होचंती काहे कि it was indicating his worry for that sick man who was or whose condition was very or whose condition was worst जार अवस्था बहुत खराब थिला and he didn't even know the seriousness so that is why he was looking too much worried he should have attended that person but he didn't do so तांकर दायित्व थिला से तांकु देखिबार थिला तांकु अटेंड करिबार थिला किंतु से गले नाही आ ताकु विरक्त प्रकाश करथिले Marban, the man has died. Well, I slept on the chair. He roused his horse out of its sleep and rode with little care. Marban, the man has died while I slept on the chair. And I told you he woke up in the morning after listening and after hearing the sound of birds, and he was looking too much worried. And which one was indicating his worry? Because he was moving on the floor. Stood upright, the meaning of stood upright କହିଲେ से एपटକୁ सेपट होउतले कोन पई उरी देखा जाउतले बहुत चिंतित जणा पड़ुतले काहेकि पूर्व दिन रात्रि से लोक गोटे मना करदेले जे असुस्थ थिला ताकू देखिबा पई से मना कर दितले सेति पई से उरी देखा जाउतले जेतेबेले से सकाळे उठिले. एंड Marbon, the main hearts died. It is in Irish language written. An Irish language is written here. गोटे Irish बा आयरलैंड रो भाषा रे Irish भाषा लेखा जाइथिया गोटे वर्ड मार्बन जणे कांदिला बेले ए भली वर्ड्स से माने प्रयोग करनते. The main hearts died. That is what he thinks. The writer has said the story of Peter Gilligan who talked to himself while he slept on the chair. जेतेबेले से सोईथिले और when he slept on the chair he thought himself and he realized himself. निजे निजे चिंता करचंती से कौन चिंता करचंती मार्बन the main has died. He got disturbed himself. निजे निजे कौन हो गले से डिस्टर्ब हो गले. He roused his horse and he didn't have much time to take rest and he didn't have much time to think about himself and what he did in the next. तापर से कौन करचंती he roused his horse out of its sleep. Actually the horse was sleeping at that time and he roused his horse out of its sleep and rode with little care and he started his journey to reach that sick man in the morning while he slept or when he slept on the chair. Something or someone was disturbing him at that time. तांको जने डिस्टर्ब करतला से होची के तांको निजर भावना तांको डिस्टर्ब करतला that what I should do in the next. He woke up, he stood upright on the floor and he was looking too much worried. And in the next stanza it is mentioned he was crying himself and someone was disturbing to the person Peter Gilligan jone tanku disturb koruchi while I slept on the chair. That means when Peter Gilligan slept on the chair someone was disturbing and it was him se nije or it was he se nijuku nije disturb korutule. And then he didn't waste his time and he went to the horse and roused his horse out of its sleep and he started his journey towards that sick man. ता पाखु से जीवाको स्टार्ट करले तांकर यात्रा and he started riding with little care. अति जत्न सहित से तांकर यात्रा आरंभ करले and it was his responsibility to save his people. तांकर लोक मानकर सहाय्य सहयोग तांकर सेवा शुश्रूषा करबा एटा थिला कार दायित्व. The head of the village, the priest of the village, the father of the village, and the person Peter Gilligan was famous in that locality as a head of the village, and he was the father of that locality and the church. And then he started his journey with his horse to cure that sick man, but he didn't know whether he died or not. And in the next stanza we will discuss in the next class. Thank you.